Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Shooting the Breeze with your two lovely hosts. Host number one, Corinne, the amazing, incredible Corinne, Breezeway's first employee, maybe best employee. Don't tell anyone else. And me, your normal host. So, not as exciting. Today, we're going to get into some really fun stuff that's actually, well, it's not a fun topic, but you have some fun solutions, Corinne. So, I'm excited to get into it. So turn days, especially during peak season, whatever market you're in, back-to-back turns are so stressful. You're trying to get so much done in a short amount of time, especially if your guests are late to check out or want to have a late checkout, and your team is just running around constantly trying to get ready for the massive check-ins that's coming in that day. How can Breezeway software assist with those really, really hectic back-to-back turn days?
Well, that's really our bread and butter, right? That's what we're here to do is to help make sure that you have visibility into what's going on those crazy days. So through the checklist you're going to have, your team's going to be able to execute all of the work that needs to be done, making sure that it adheres to your brand standards so that when those guests do check in, they're checking into great properties that are clean and ready for them to hopefully come into no issues. But when you're thinking about what happens in that time frame from checkout to check in, there's really two things that stick out pretty dramatically to me. And one of those is thinking about how we can help you actually extend that time period between checkout and check in. And so one of the ways that we do that is actually through our messaging product. And so for our clients that use our messaging product, their guests can actually text when they check out. And so for a lot of folks, especially in markets that are drive to, guests do check out early, especially if they're going to be, bad traffic. They might head out early in the morning. They have small kids. They want to get ahead of the curve and get out of the way of sitting in traffic with those littles. And so when guests are leaving and they're leaving early, they can text in checkout, and then our system is going to notify the folks who are scheduled to do the cleaning or the inspections of those properties so that they can get in and start work on those properties earlier. We looked at the numbers from 2023, and we had over 100,000 people utilize that feature
Wow.
in the first half of the year. And when that was used, on average, folks were getting more than 2 hours of additional cleaning time per reservation. So, one of the ways that we can help you do that is by just extending that time. That obviously makes things better for everyone. Another way that we can help with that is by giving you a map view of where your users are. So if you do have guests that are arriving early or a guest that's checking out late and you need to reallocate where someone is, you have the ability to see where your properties are, where your team is, and then make some moves. So to communicate with people and say, hey, can you actually go to this property? Or, hey, we've got an urgent maintenance issue at this property and I need to move you there because I know that you're really close. So you get visibility into where everybody is, and you can sort of be air traffic control and make some adjustments as you need to. And then, speaking of air traffic control, we do have that dashboard, which is giving you good insight into what is going on at any point throughout the day. So, at 1 o'clock, how am I doing? What percentage of my homes are ready? What percentage of my homes are in progress? How close to being finished are those? Am I running into a lot of maintenance issues? How are we faring? And that's really making sure that as that day progresses, you're going to be at 100% or 95% when that check-in time comes up.
Mhm. It's funny in an area or industry where data and technology right now is just being pushed at us from every single direction. I think it's easy to just overanalyze data that isn't necessarily actionable, but I think when choosing a technology solution, being able to hear these KPIs and data points from you is so crucial and just such a selling point for Breezeway. I know that it's saved us on the Outpost side a significant amount of time. So thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Next week, you're really gonna have to top off this week because this might be the best tip so far that I've heard. Okay. Well, then I guess all the listeners have to tune in for next week. I'm looking forward
Yes,
to it.
ma'am.
Okay, go to breezeway.io/espressos if you wanna learn more about Breezeway, and make sure you cash in your $100 off. I look forward to having you back next week, Corinne, and, maybe every single week after that. I don't know. We should keep this going.
I love it. Yeah, let's do it.
See you next time.